Well, there it is. Hey guys, this is Witty and I'm going to be showing you how to beat an insane computer as Terran. Now we're going to go to create a game. We're going to make sure we've got Agria selected and we're going to create a game. Now we're going to add AI, switch the AI to Insane and switch him to Terran. Make sure you are also Terran. So we're going to start the game now that everything is checked. You're Terran, they're Terran, and they're Insane. It's all good. Now, beating the computer as Terran is a bit more difficult than beating the computer as Protoss in terms of insanity levels. So what we're going to do at the start of the game is just send our SCVs onto the mineral patch, and as soon as we hit 100 minerals we are going to basically build ourselves a supply depot. That will allow us to build a barracks later on. So here goes the supply depot. Then you can click the SCV to go back onto the minerals. Now we're going to take an SCV off and we're going to send him down to this location on the map, because down here we are going to be building ourselves a barracks as soon as that supply depot is finished and we have 150 minerals. Now this works either way. The idea of this is basically to build on the low ground to start with and then work your way onto the high ground. If you try to build on the high ground straight away, the computer will go insane and kill you outrightly. He'll bring SCVs and everything that he's got to make sure that you die. Whereas if you build it on the low ground, he does map hack, he is slightly aware of it, but he doesn't choose to do anything about it. So that's the advantage of building on the low ground. In fact, you basically have to, because you can't do this any other way. Now if you were spawned in the bottom position and you're going to do it to the top, you'll be doing the same. You'll be building your barracks about here, and then after your barracks is finished you build a bunker as close to the high ground as possible whilst still on the low ground, so it'll be there. But whilst we're doing it against the bottom position, we want to make sure that our bunker is going to be built about here. Now you don't need to build any more SCVs, you don't even need to build a single one basically at this point. It's just not necessary. You're going to have plenty of minerals spare, so I wouldn't worry about it. Get your bunker down, build a marine, rally point the marines into the bunker, so when that is finished the marines will start popping into that bunker. As soon as that bunker has finished, make sure that this SCV goes up onto the high ground so he gains fission and he's able to build more bunkers closer towards the enemy's main. So the whole point of this is to threaten the computer basically, to make it worried about you, but still it can't sort of react well enough. It doesn't handle early pressure, especially when it's cheese type of pressure. Computer doesn't know really how to deal with it. So until it gets nerfed again, this definitely works. So there's a marine there, don't worry about it. Make sure you're building marines all the time. Get another bunker down close to where your original bunker is, but it's also within range to attack the minerals or the SCVs that are mining minerals. So constantly be building marines at this point. So as soon as that bunker's down, you're probably going to place another one about here. That way you can make it even harder for the SCVs if they do choose to attack the bunkers up here, because they won't be able to reach it very easily, or they won't get a strong large surface area to attack it with. So the rest of your marines are now going to be going up onto this bunker up here. Since this bunker is now recently finished, that marine doesn't know what to do. It wants to try and kill this bunker, but at the same time it doesn't know how to react due to the marines being in this bunker. So they're just basically going back and forth. They're not really going to do much damage. Just make sure you don't lose any units to them anyway. So at this point in the game you're pretty comfortable. Now what you can do is, since that bunker is finished and there's not really much to do at this point, I mean, you're going to start getting more minerals than you can use. So you can always, if you really want to, just take that SCV, put them over here and build another bunker here. Why not, eh? That way you can reinforce your position and make sure that your enemy dies, because you've got a constant supply of units coming in. Now unfortunately the computer doesn't want to leave most of the time. Hopefully he'll get the picture and he'll give up a GG sign, and that's when you can say, okay, I accept your surrender, and that's the end of the game. But sometimes you just have to outrightly kill them. So now that we're going to have about 4 marines in this bunker, it's safe to move these marines up. So these marines are going to go into this bunker over here, whilst you're constantly going to be rallying more marines up onto the high ground, and we're also going to have new marines coming from this barracks. So whilst doing this and building this extra barracks, you're still going to keep your minerals low, but just about right, so that you can keep building. And constantly making units all the time. We can even salvage this bunker here at the bottom. Now as soon as that command center goes down, If the computer hasn't given up by that point, you want to take off all your Marines from out of your bunkers and just basically kill him off. It might take a while, unfortunately. You might have to go and destroy every single building, or practically every single building, but luckily this time the computer wants to surrender, so we're going to accept that surrender. But if you didn't, you want to make sure that you take off all your Marines and go around just killing off the buildings until he does surrender, because he will do eventually. And there we go, the score screen is up, and we can see that this game took roughly 6 minutes-ish to finish, so it's not too bad. It's like the quickest way I think you can kill the insane computer as Terran, so if you want to do it, then you know how to now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Witty. Please subscribe, rate and comment.